Good morning. Good morning. This is Kelley Hobart from Alpaca Direct, and I'm here talking about reversible cables today. And I thought it might be fun to take a look at how easy it is to convert regular cables over to reversible cables. So for those of you that are not that familiar with cables, what a reversible cable is a cable that is nice looking on both sides. So this Kisses and Hugs baby blanket has cables on both sides. So that's what it looks like on one side. Do you see the cables? Now I'll turn it around and show you what it looks like on the other side. Can you see? It's beautiful. It's so easy to make these cables. I thought at first, when I first started knitting, I thought it would be very difficult to do reversible cables, but it turns out it's super easy. If you can do a knit one, purl one, or a knit two, purl two, you can make your own reversible cable pattern. So don't forget, as we're going along, to post comments in the comment section and share with your friends so that we can all learn together. And every week we have a prize. So for this last week, it was the gray or the brown extreme boot socks. And which one was the winner for this last week, Jim? Do you know what color?
They were both popular, but more people like gray.
Gray. So that was the colorway that was nice. And if you've never tried alpaca socks, they are wonderful. Alpaca is one of the warmest fibers in the world. It's a hollow core fiber, meaning it traps the heat inside the actual fiber itself and keeps you nice and warm. And I have found from wearing them in extreme conditions that my feet can even get wet and they don't feel wet. So alpaca is totally wonderful.
Lots of people coming on board.
Good morning, everyone. It's so nice to have you here with us today. And I am so excited to be talking about reversible cables and how easy it is. And for those of you who are new knitters, you should take a look at this and venture out of your little box that you're used to being in and try something new, because these reversible cables are fun and easy. Super easy. So I was thinking for the prize for this week that I would offer some vintage chunky in either a light blue or a darker bluish teal colorway. These are some of my favorite colors. And so for those of you out there have never tried Vintage Chunky by Baracco, it is a wool blend that is machine washable. And it's what I've made this baby blanket out of. And I love making blankets for new moms that they can throw in the wash machine and the dryer. And this Vintage Chunky is perfect for that. Matter of fact, this project that I just finished today, you can see I have this little strand here because I wanted to show you a little trick for the edge when you bind off. And so I left that there, but the rest of it is all done and it's been washed. And I had it in the dryer for a minute. It's not totally dry, but it is almost ready to go. And I'm so excited because one of our staff members is having a baby. And so I've been knitting up a storm. And I'm sure you've seen a few things. Oh, yes. Oh, unfortunately, I was making all these things because Garrett had told me that they were making the baby's room in navy blue and gray. So guess what I assumed? It was a boy. And guess what it's not? It's a girl. So I have to do my booties and hat. I will hold on to some of the kids. I'll have to see the little sets that I had made. I will just have to hold on to these little puppies and save them for a little boy. So, and then I made these little booties. Right? Yes, I told my daughter, I special ordered a little boy grandson so that I could give these little sets to. And so anyway, here I'll show you what I was, I'll show you my colors for my girl colors. I was thinking I would use some Sueno tweed. See the Sueno tweed? And then match it with this baby alpaca in the lilac color. Look at them together. Don't they look nice? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I love making baby stuff. So here I go again. I'll be starting a new project soon here.
Hey, we have some people joining from Australia even.
Yay! Oh, Australia is one of my most favorite places in all of the world. When our children were little, my son was 5 years old, right, Jim?
4.
4. 4. And he was swimming off of the Great Barrier Reef.
Yeah.
Yes, he learned how to swim early. That little boy was not afraid of water. He would just jump right in and expect me to catch him, whether or not he was wearing a life jacket or whatever. He would just jump right in. So luckily back then we had those swimming suits that were also flotation devices. So before I let him leave the house to go to the pool, we put that on, and it kept him safer, shall I say. But he did not have any fear of water whatsoever. Matter of fact, he, as a 2-year-old, he was swimming underwater. He was a good little swimmer. Anyway, so let's take a look and see how easy these reversible cables are and how you can convert a reversible cable pattern. Oh, if you were interested in this Hugs and Kisses reversible baby blanket, that's what it looks like. And it can be found on alpacadirect.com. It's a free pattern. Yes, and it's charted and written. And you see my little Max. That is my little rag doll. He's all grown up now. He's a fat cat. But a happy cat. He spent most of his time laying upside down, and he's a super cool cat. Much different than my Abyssinian. All righty. So here I am. I have these reversible cables, and I did this little sample this morning, and you see that these reversible cables, that's what it looks, it's a right-leaning 4x4 cable and a left-leaning 4x4 cable, and I'm doing it every 4 rows, and you see the back of it. This is why reversible cables are, I like them so much. See how it looks right in here? It kind of looks rough, but if you do reversible cables, you have a cable on one side and a cable on another side. Isn't that cool? I love reversible cables. So for all of you who have not tried reversible cables, please find yourself a pattern or make your own and learn how to do reversible cables. So on here, I just started some ribbing. So to do reversible cables, to make them reversible, all you have to do is either knit 1, purl 1 across, or knit 2, purl 2 across, and whichever works for you. These cables that I made right here are knit 2, purl 2, and then the one I'm going to show you right now is knit 1, purl 1. Okay, and if you look here, we have 4, 8, 12, 16, so multiples of 4, because to do a cable for right, it requires 8 stitches, and then to do the cable for left, it requires 8 stitches. So you could do knit 2, purl 2, or knit 1, purl 1. But I'm doing the knit 1, purl 1, like I just said. So to show you the right cross is where you're going to be holding your needle, your work in the back. I'll show you what I mean here. First, and I'm cabling without a cable needle. So I slide 4 stitches over to my right hand needle, and I have my working yarn in the front. Because when I get ready to do the cross, I'll be holding with the needle in the back. And if that working yarn, it was in the back, it would be in my way. I wouldn't be able to do that right cross very easily, okay? So then I would do the knit 1, purl 1, and knit 1, purl 1. And then I would take those 4 stitches and hold them in the back, because it's a right cross. And we know a right cross is an R-I-G-H-T, or hold it in the rear. That's how I remember. So for all of you out there that have a hard time remembering that, using little memory tricks work great. We learned that years ago in college, right, Jim? Mm-hmm. That's how Jim and I met. We were in a memory improvement class together. And
you were a freshman and I was a senior.
Yes. Okay. And then don't forget, instead of just knitting, we're going to be doing the knit 1, purl 1, and a knit 1, purl 1. Okay. And then to do the left cross, I'll be holding it in the front. So I want my working yarn in the back. So you go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sorry, these needles are a little bit sticky. The wooden needles I find sticky. 1, and then I'm going to do the knit 1, purl 1 twice. Okay. And then to do that left cross, and we know the right cross is holding it in the rear, so the left cross has to be the opposite of that, which means we will hold it in the front. So we go 4 stitches over, and we grab those next 4 and hold them with our needle there. And wiggle, 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 wiggle. Carefully take them out. You see that I'm using my index finger on my left hand just to kind of stabilize those stitches so they're not going anywhere, because we don't want them traveling anywhere. And knit 1, purl 1. Oops, do you see how I have a strand of yarn there? That stitch I didn't catch all the way. So let's catch it and then continue knitting on. There you go. Knit 1 and purl 1. There you go. And that is how you do cabling and convert it over to a reversible cable on both sides. Isn't that cool? It's that easy. Yep. So what I did is I made my cable reversible by doing the knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1 across the rows for actually, when you do a cable, that is the first row of the next set of cables. So you would do 4 rows of knit 1, purl 1, and then do a cable row. And when you do the cabling, you're actually doing the cable in knit 1, purl 1. And that's all you have to do. Now, these ones right here that I've done are knit 2, purl 2. This pattern right here is knit 2, purl 2. So if you're new to cabling, just doing right and left crosses, like this one is a cable right, cable left, and then a cable left, cable right. And then this one is a cable left, cable right. So you can do it. And if you do it every 6 rows, you remember how I showed you guys how to count, right? So you stick your needle in between the where the cabling has started. I think I find it easier to go way over here to the right and then do it from there. 2, 4, 6. So every 6 rows I cabled. Do you see that? 2, 4, 6 bars. Yeah, that's how easy it is to count rows when you're cabling. A ton of people over the years have come in and asked me, I messed up on cabling and I don't know how to know what is my pattern, because they've lost the pattern and they want to finish a project. And it's simple cabling that they're doing. And it's like, that's how you count. So if you ever get lost and you don't have your pattern with you, you can just figure it out yourself and write it down. So now I wanted to show you this. You know how sometimes when we bind off, this is the Icelandic bind off. See how wide that has that stitch over there that looks kind of stupid? If I tried to weave this in just like this, it would still be sticking up in the air and looking kind of dumb. But I wanted to show you something. I'm looking at this going, oh, I got to show you. This is worth showing you. So if you see that my working yarn, it came out of that center stitch and I just pulled my tail out, you can twist this around like that. Go behind, do a duplicate stitch. Okay, bring it around like that. Turn that work just a little bit and go see how this working yarn came out. Create that loop. And what you're going to do is you're going to create an identical stitch. And I'm going to just go right into here. Now I wanted to show this to you because a lot of times we have funky edges that are a little bit too big. But doesn't that look beautiful? What do you think, Jim?
Looks pretty good.
Does that look glorious? How easy was that? That's just using duplicate stitch to get rid of that horn on the edge that would have been there otherwise. And do you see how smooth that looks? I had to save this just to show you that little trick. I'm like, I just used duplicate stitch, made 1 stitch and just followed it around. Now, doesn't that look like it's a flowing knit stitch that goes all the way around that corner. Do you like it, Jim?
I like it.
I think it looks pretty good. So for all of you who have that little problem, do that. It'll make your work look much better on the edge. Let's see if it looks as good as the other edge. Actually, I think, see how this one almost has a purl bar there, bump there from the beginning of it. I think this side looks better than this side. Don't you, Jim? It does. It looks better. Yes. So I wanted to show you that little trick. I'm all about the little tricks. You know, knitting is all in the details. That's all it is. And that's why I love it so much, because if you treat it like a little game or like a puzzle, how can I make this better? How can I make it look nicer? Is there an easier way to do something? And so you can come up with all of these different creative things. And, you know, I actually, how many times, Jim, have you seen me actually pull out a piece of graph paper and just make up little things? A lot of the stuff that I make, it's not made with a pattern. I just pull it out of my head while I'm knitting, right? Oh, yeah. And I used to, I don't know if I ever told you the story before, but Jody, one of our dear friends, she was knitting a pair of socks. And when I first started knitting, I'm watching her knit this pair of socks and she's not using a pattern. I'm like, how could you do that? How do you do that? I want to learn how to do that. And she's like, oh, I'm just making it up. I'm like, oh, I so need to practice my knitting so that I too can be like Jody. And so anyway, that's part of the reason she was inspiration to me, shall I say, and has made me reach a little further than maybe sometimes I even think that I can. Because, you know, sometimes through our struggles, we come out on the other side even a little bit smarter and have a few more tricks in our bag of tricks for knitting. So anyway, that's totally awesome. Let's look and see who the winner is for this week. Oh my goodness. Okay, for all of you out there who do not know about our prize, every week we have a prize and you guys post comments in the comment section. Maybe let us know what you're working on. If you're working on a lovely pattern, post it in the comments and we can use it from the, yes, or where you're from or what you're working on or what you're enjoying, because we're all out here in this journey together trying to have fun and learn from each other. And so for this week, I was thinking this vintage chunky, which is a wool blend, an acrylic blend. It's machine washable, perfect for baby items or items that if you just want to throw things in the washer and dryer, you can use this yarn to do that.
Thanks,
and it's totally fantastic. Yes, by Barocco. Machine washable yarn. I think the lighter, do you think that's kind of mint?
Say light blue and
darker blue?
Yeah.
Yeah. So so the winner, what we do is ask that you call customer service at Alpaca Direct and give us your shipping address, and then we can get your prize in the mail to you. And we just arbitrarily, you pick them, right? Jim picks the winner, one winner a week.
Kind of random.
Yes, and then we try to share all the lovely things that we enjoy so we can get it in your hands and you can try it. And maybe you can post comments on the comment section and let us know how you enjoyed your surprise yarn. That would be cool. And then don't forget, for this last week, we had these extreme boot socks. For those of you who do not knit your own socks and like to buy store-bought gifts, I used to think socks were not a great gift, and I have changed my mind over the years because these socks are life-changing. If you're cold all the time like me and you want to get warm, Alpaca is definitely the way to go. And these socks are machine washable, and what I like to say is I rescue them from the dryer. I throw them on top of the dryer and dry the rest of my clothes, and by the time the other clothes are dry, these are dry too. And I think the gray pair was a winner for this week. And let's see who the person was that won them. Mary Ann Stodmeyer?
Sounds right.
Stodmeyer. Yay, Mary Ann, you won. You won these lovely extreme boot socks, and I'm sure you'll enjoy them. So don't forget to contact customer service at Alpaca Direct, and we can get your socks out in the mail to you. These are great socks. I love them. They're the thickest sock that we carry, and they actually make nice slippers too. And so, Marianne, contact customer service and we can get your socks to you. So for this next week, I was thinking, how would you guys like me to review? I know I've reviewed it before, how to cast on for 2 at a time in the round, whether you're doing 2 mittens at a time, 2 socks at a time, 2 baby hats at a time, whatever you want to do, 2 at a time. If you learn how to do the 2 at a time cast on, which is quite simple. It was hard for me to wrap my head around when I first started knitting, but once I got it, I use it all the time for 2 at a time in the round. And you will never find me knitting mittens 1 at a time or socks 1 at a time. And often baby hats, I do them 2. So I can do 2 at a time instead of 1. It's not that much more work. And it's quite nice to be able to finish 2 items at once. So I was thinking I would go over that cast on with you, and maybe you guys learn how to do it too. I was quite excited when I learned that. It was one of those days that I'm jumping up and down telling Jim how cool this was, that you could use a special cast on and get all those stitches on your needle all at once and be ready to off and running with your project. So
the question is, can you do 2 sleeves at a time?
Oh, you can do 2 anything at a time. Yes, you can. You absolutely can. And boy, is it fun to be getting them done all at once and being, if you have, the thing I like about 2 at a time, there's a couple of reasons why I like 2 at a time. And one of them is that if you make a mistake on one, it's called a design element because it is made on both of them. So it's pretty nice. And avoiding second sock syndrome or second mitten syndrome or all that. And I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it really is something that happens. You get so exhausted by doing the one sock that you never do finish this second one. So it's a problem. Anyways, learning this cast on will get you leaps and bounds ahead of that, and you'll be able to finish the project and never have to worry about second sock syndrome. So I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you next Tuesday.